Um. Whoa. Whoa.
The booster is connected to. Oh, here we can see basically the legs of the launch mount. This is what holds Starship and all of its mass. It holds Starship during ignition, right there at the Super Heavy booster. This is what houses all of the equipment needed to fuel the Super Heavy booster and condition it for flight, as well.
I think this is working. I think this is working. Finally. Yeah. I think this is working. Hello, if there's people in chat. Yeah, I see a few people saying hi. Hello. Welcome to Starship. We're a little bit behind the ball here because I am just getting... I've had major technical issues today. So we're only like 13 minutes out from this launch. Let me just get the Discord pinged. Sorry. Alright, so, how's the audio? I haven't really had a chance to mess with my anything settings right now, so, we want window capture. Great audio? Alright. Yeah, we want that. I don't know why my Streamlabs is showing up on stream. It shouldn't be. Yes, we only got like 12 minutes here, so I got to get rolling here. Yeah, I wasn't able to get my stream working up until about 5 minutes ago, and I was supposed to be streaming way before this. And why? Like, can this be the capture? I would like to capture this screen, please. Why does Elon have to stream these launches on Twitter? Sorry, X. Because I'm a bit baffled as to why. Hey, Vulcan. And hello, David. I haven't said hi to you guys. Do apologize. Still working some issues. Get some. You try getting good. Yeah, that's gonna be something I'm gonna need to do some working on here. I mean, this thing is like 10 minutes away. This feels very. Yeah, I know I haven't upgraded to Windows 10. I'm a bit of a plebeian. Like if I turn this off, nothing happens. I mean, it's not really a big deal because I mean we're here for this. This is why we're here.
Flight tests of Starship before it becomes fully operational.
All right, how are the sound for these guys? Are these guys loud? Are these guys quiet? Are these guys? What's these guys' deal?
So again, whatever the outcome and however far we can promise excitement.
Can you guys? Because I'm gonna need to.
Why do we need a rocket this big, and why does it need to be reusable so quickly? And that answer goes back to SpaceX's.
Audio fits well. Well, that was a complete YOLO. I did not know that.
We aren't just building a new spacecraft. We're changing
Oh, they got some new pictures.
by building the most powerful rocket ever flown and a ship designed to carry people, cargo, habitats, satellites, and more. We're unlocking a future where our dreams of exploration will no longer exceed our grasp. And this mission continues with flights like today's integrated test.
And these are flights where we're gonna fail fast, but learn even faster. Where each time we're gonna try something new while flying something that we've improved. And ultimately, that's gonna
Maybe make them a bit higher. They were quiet. Oh, okay. Well then.
rapidly evolve to become more capable and more reliable.
The first stop is our nearest neighbor, with a surface that hasn't seen visitors in more than 50 years. Under Artemis with NASA, Starship will return people back to the moon. After those first expeditions, we'll be ready to fly more people along with everything that it takes to build a moon base. Think about that. Hardware that will enable us to live on another world is sitting on a launch pad on Earth right now.
And the moon is just the proving ground. When the time comes to make that leap to Mars, everything gets ratcheted up by orders of magnitude.
The logistics of supporting an entire city on Mars are daunting, requiring millions of pounds of cargo flown from Earth spread out over thousands of launches. We just broke our own record for the number of launches in a single year, and we're going to break it again next year.
Now, in the years to
All
come,
right.
Starship is going to dwarf those.
I turned those guys up a little bit.
And truly make life multiplanetary. But for now, anyway.
Hello, 12 people. There's a few seconds lag, as in like it's just a few seconds behind. Oh, they got John. That is a really cool shot. That is like with the
Things aren't working any significant issues on the launch vehicle right now.
with the kind of big cloud of whatever you want to call it.
In the ship stages,
You know, I should probably get my mouse out of the way.
locks methane fuel into the header tanks on the Starship. And on the graphic on the left side of the screen, you can see up in the nose of the second stage.
Because there's going to be obviously a couple seconds if
fuel and for oxygen. Now that loading started at
I'm going to turn this down just for me so I can hear myself.
continue until
David El Dios, thank you very much.
Starship's second stage.
I want to break the donation thing.
Are loaded for flight. And the second stage for
You,
loading on board
if you're going for the record of most donations for me,
located at the base of the stage.
you're going to have to contend with the
Super heavy booster propellant loading will continue until T-minus 3 minutes.
Saudi royal family, potentially.
A little earlier in the count,
There's one guy
hold down.
with a Pika spin. That guy was wild.
To unlatch.
Anyway, Starship.
Once the rocket has sufficient
Most recent. That makes sense, yeah. Because,
there's no need
yeah, that guy is.
bounce to release the rocket. As we mentioned earlier, also.
All right, let me get focused here. I'm still not even in the zone yet for this launch.
As a reminder,
Because like,
ignite the engine a few seconds
there's a Starship going right there.
off exactly at
This is a SpaceX stream.
a few seconds later. Couple seconds.
So yeah, what's going on? So we got a Starship going on. I can't even really hear myself think because John's going on in the background here.
With launch out over
Um,
Mexico.
But I mean, okay, Starship is going to be launching here in the next about 7 minutes, which is kind of weird to think because it's been a while. And this is kind of the one that people think might have a chance at working. And I don't know why the donating thing hasn't updated, David. It should have by now. I don't know. This really isn't what's...
Also beginning pressurization for flight while we
No.
are continuing
I've had
propellant into
numerous issues today, so
propellant load.
that thing not working would be most likely one of them. How do I get SpaceX live stream?
That stage, both
It's on Twitter or X.
will have the 10 million pounds of liquid propellant on board the 2 stages of Starship.
You know, because we have to rename it.
In a few minutes, the guidance system will perform its final alignment. We'll get the
Probably
automatic
lost 3 seconds there. That's not bad.
metal arm.
Yeah, I was having
CPC checkout.
major stuttering issues on my stream,
Looking up at the engines as we gimbal
and then I realized I didn't have my Ethernet cable plugged in.
out just before liftoff at a
And now we don't have stuttering issues, so there you go.
If we need to hold, it would come at T-minus 40 seconds.
Bigger, if you're in here, you're welcome to hop on if you want, but you're probably tired. I'm tired too. I mean, I guess you guys in chat don't know, but
We're still working a few boats. in
I've been
the-
driving since about 11 p.m. I got...
and a lot of cheering.
Oh, there it came.
The boats are heading south.
I came home, so
To hold the team.
I've gotten about 2 hours of sleep leading into today.
Just amazing views of today's launch. There's nothing quite right.
So,
about the launch.
Yeah, I'm not, don't expect me to be totally
10 or
kind of
15 out of
in with it.
Yeah, these views are just incredible. Couldn't
But we're 5 minutes away from a Starship launch, so maybe, you know, maybe my excitement will increase as we get later into the...
Again, these
I mean, I am very excited, but it's like that weird combination of, like, adrenaline and
integrated flight test.
total exhaustion where it's like,
Primary objective today is to
you know,
get
it's
our
like,
stage
feels like
separated.
meth.
We really want to test out our this
It's like you're excited,
to
you're like all jittery, if you will,
where we are going
but
to
like you also have no idea what's going on.
the second stage while
So you're kind of just like also passed out.
engines on the first stage are still
It's kind of a weird feeling, but
both stages will be making fire.
how do you know what meth is like? Oh, well,
And that will
well,
push the booster away from the ship.
any mixed
Separate
day cool.
the stages.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that'd probably be a good. I've never done that.
be able to test
Well, I've never really done meth either, but you know,
all and any data
it's a weird
that
feeling.
is going to
But it's kind of like that feeling,
and help inform
like you know when,
movements and iterations of
well, I don't know if this is, but
Yeah, Kate, there's
you're going on a vacation and you have a flight that leaves in like at like 5 a.m. It's like, good lord, I have to go to the airport and walk through the
goals to
evil
test out.
TSA
Entry goes on
security
the
people
if
at
the booster
6
survives,
5 a.m. or whatever. But I'm also going on vacation, so it's like you got to weigh the,
for what it would look like on
you know, weigh the options here. So like I'm exhausted, I got 2 hours of sleep, but hey, there's a Starship launching right now, so
exactly like you were
I'm gonna
saying,
go ahead and be happy with that.
It will be attempting a water landing in the Gulf of Mexico.
My hope is if this thing makes it,
Ship or the booster today. But
you
the
know,
booster, yeah, we want to try and to demonstrate
if this thing flies successfully,
most engine cutoff. We want to try to demonstrate that hot staging.
hopefully I'll be with you guys all, I don't know, what, like 90 minutes of this flight.
Basically demonstrate
Which would be sick.
and
That would be, and we're only 3 minutes away. God, I need to zone in here. Hello, 11, 10 people. Oh, we're shedding viewers. Nah,
but,
it doesn't really matter.
water first.
Exactly.
Just like we did with the Falcon 9.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, just getting too hot staging.
Does the audio
on flight one.
work?
Flight one, that was about as far as we got. We
Cook-
didn't
have to
hot
cook
staging on that vehicle.
Borgor?
So that's-
Borgors are good.
that's
I could go for a
the
Borgor right now.
today. Get that far, hopefully.
Let me just make the audio, just let me double check you guys good, because I don't want to, because I'm going to, even if this stream is whatever, I'll have to upload my reaction video onto YouTube, and I don't want that to be all, you know, either blasting the SpaceX audio or blasting me audio, but I don't know.
Depending on
And then we have, the one thing that noticed, all good? Alright, good. So the one thing that actually surprised me about today's launch is there's only a 20-minute window. I don't remember it being that short. I thought it was like 2 hours for the last one, unless I'm imagining things, but let's get my mouse out of the way.
We have to go.
Just get it all the way out of the way there.
That
That might-
hold is super helpful.
So-
if we need to, for example, you know,
Where's your live stream from? This is the official SpaceX feed on X, on Twitter, on
you know, perhaps
the platform formerly known as Twitter,
data, see how engines are
because we don't stream on YouTube anymore, according to SpaceX. You have to go to Twitter.
have the
But anyway, yeah, it feel like a shorter window, but we got this night. They gotta stop doing these so early, cause like, God, I barely wake. I do it at like noon. Like he used to do all the hops.
we don't have that
So anyway, let's get dialed in here. We're less than 2 minutes to go here. So we're Starship's going to the, hopefully not the moon. That would be a. We just get some John Innsbrucker action going on up here. Oh god, they're just going straight for it. They're gonna be raw dogging this launch here. So, all right, guys, let's get zoned in here for Starship launch number 2. The hopefully the successful one. No, hold, yeah, they're going. We're shooting. Let's light the candle, shall we? I got my Trust and Thrust Matt Lounge shirt going. I don't know if you guys, yeah, you see that. So we're gonna do trusted all 33 of the thrust engines move. Yeah, they're doing like a little wiggle, a little bit of a wiggle. I'm gonna turn this guy up just a little bit so you hear the nice, cool, you know. Boo. All right, 1 minute. Here we go. Starship. That is such a cool shot. All right, no Raptor aborts. No Raptor aborts, and let's send it. Starship to orbit, you know, optimism. Because this could be it. This could be Starship becoming an orbital vehicle, or, you know, 99.99% of an orbital vehicle. Like this is, you know, this could be the moment. So let's, I don't know, remember where you were today. Get the crowd action going. Hello, R1 Rindar. Have you? Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but all right, guys, let's go. Starship. We got the cool shots. About 30 seconds to go. No hold. Oh wait. Oh, hold. Yes, hold. Do they? What's going on here? And is the hype over? Okay, that's kind of awkward. You hear the crowd. Yeah. So we're hold. Did someone say recycle? I thought I heard someone say recycle.
Back at Hawthorne, we're at T-minus 40 seconds in holding. We've had a rapid recycle. We've not heard anything over the countdown net as the team works both first and second stages. We're going to monitor the nets here for a minute.
Yeah, I don't know what a rapid recycle is. I've never heard one of those before in the rocket world. So we're just going to assume. I don't know what we're going to assume. I don't know what that could possibly mean. Rapid recycle, but I mean, I get what the words imply, but when you have a 20-minute window, I don't see how you can.
A little bit of an update. We're continuing to hold at T-minus 40 seconds. This is the normal hold point.
Okay, so maybe this is. Hey, stop! Hey, stream. Why did this stream just quality? Twitter. Elon.
Pressurization on, I believe, the second stage.
Okay, we're good. They're just checking.
All the other systems are on hold right now.
All right, let's get the
hold here for about 15 minutes or so.
Let's get the Elon. Let's get the stream quality. Why are we watching like a 144p?
Right now they're working on filling pressure vessels.
Of this, Elon. This was actually something I was genuinely worried about with the streaming on X thing. Is that like something similar as like the Ron DeSantis debacle would go down and like they would crash and you wouldn't be able to watch the launch? Would like a little high quality reverse stream. I like my internet is good. I checked it. Why is the stream so low quality? Well, I guess we can sit here for 15 more minutes.
We are holding at T-minus 40 seconds, but once the teams have resolved.
All right, well, we think are we scrubbing today or are we going? Is this gonna go?
Yeah, exactly. Now, while we do have to hold for up to 30 minutes, we only have a 20-minute launch window.
I wouldn't hate.
Don't go away. Don't change the.
I wouldn't hate to scrub today. So I can get a little bit more on top of. Oh, never mind. Oh, Jesus Christ! All right, we're going. All right, Starship launch. Hype comes back. Doesn't matter. The stream is like 144p, but we're good. All right, here we go. Jesus, within 30. All right, dialing, guys. Within 20. To orbit. Here we go. Here comes terminal. Well, we're way into terminal count here. 10, 9, 8, 7. Fingers crossed. 5. No aborts. 3, 2, 1. And liftoff! Hey! Starship 2 is going. Alright, no debris field. No giant debris field deluge. Looks like it's good. We are flying. Good lord. No fires on the rocket, it doesn't look like. This looks so much better than last time. All the little engines in the corner there are all lit up. Already. Jesus Christ, that's working. 30 seconds into flight. That looks beautiful. This is looking perfect. All the engines, 40, like all of them, 33 good. 42 seconds into flight, that's a good number. Wow, this is looking, I don't know what to say. I mean, I have nothing to really comment on. This is just perfect. Let's go. 1,000 kilometers an hour. Approaching 1 minute into flight. There's 1 minute. All 33. Like at this point in the last flight, everything was like tumbling and 10 engines around, and there's Max Q. Over 12 kilometers.
Starship is through the period of greatest
wow.
On the way to space.
Here we go. This might work. I mean, we'll see how hot staging goes.
Your event is hot staging.
We seem to be like in very, very positive control of the vehicle.
Shut down all but
This is a lot better than the uncontrolled tumbling last time.
Together will release.
2 kilometers or 2,000 kilometers an hour.
Starship will then
Minute 36 into flight. 25 kilometers already.
same time.
Look at that thing. Good God.
Firing on super heavy.
That was like some.
The booster line.
Wow.
10 more engines will ignite for the boost back burn.
Let's go, dude.
First stage on path for a splash.
I don't know what kind of the onboard cameras we're going to be getting today, but hey, a launch is a launch. We're getting our telemetry. We're getting approaching. Here's 2 minutes into flight. The crowd has gone eerily silent, so we're just watching here. That is a great shot. Look at that. Everything is looking. Look, I mean that is 33. Like I mean, people talk about N1. I was blanking on the name. So,
Engine power continues to look nominal on 33 Raptor engines.
and then we get to do the boost back, and we'll. Oof. Okay, this is where the excitement. This is where we're getting further. Like this is the point where we're going to be like definitively way further than last time. Like we're going to see stuff. We're getting to the point of new material, kind of in this launch. Like this hot staging is going to be wild. Like this N1 on steroids. All right. I mean, it's got to be. I don't remember exactly what the time. Oh, we're getting shut down. We're getting shut down. All right, here it goes. Oh God, this is sketchy. Hot staging.
Stage separation.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That just worked. That just worked. Oh, that maybe didn't work exactly, but there's 6 good over there, so that's what matters. I mean, there's sort of a boost back burn going on right now, but the ship has 6 good engines right now. That's we all know. Oh, the booster might be dead.
Happy
The
booster.
oh. Super Heavy died.
Assembly. However, our ship is still under
Unnecessary sacrifice. It sacrificed itself for the good of Starship. All right, we're going. I think this might be orbit. We might have orbit. Wow, that hot staging was maybe only 50% successful. That was. I want to see like some more angles of that. That got to be. Yeah. 116 kilometers. We're past the Kármán line. Starship's in space. We have 6 good Raptors on the ship. This is wild. Hey, we're staying until splashdown if this makes it. Over 4 minutes 20 seconds into flight. That's the good number right there. Look at that. Look at that. All right.
Which, if you follow our Falcon 9 launches, familiar terminology there. So far, today has been incredibly.
I mean, I'm kind of getting real.
Super heavy booster.
When is cut off of the engines?
Primary objective of the booster today
Um,
is to get to hot staging to get ship on its way to orbit.
Where is
Starship trajectory nominal.
engine cut off 8:33. All right, 8:33. So we're over halfway there.
Once again, Starship seconds.
We're going to 8:33.
Engines
if this thing can get to 833 and get at whatever, is it 17,000 kilometers a second? That explosion was, yeah, I can't wait to see replays of that. That was wild. The stream is dying for SpaceX. Like, good God, it is awful. Like, this is like less than 144p, but we lost the thing. That would have been bad. Dirty. We're going. So 833 is what we want for Seco, and then it is going to be, what is it, 17,000, 22,000? I can't remember what kilometers a second, because it's 7.7 kilometers a second, I think, is orbital velocity, and I think it might be 17,000 miles an hour. I can't exactly remember what in kilometers an hour. It might be 22,000 if anyone has it off the top of their head. But we are about 2 minutes away, and I mean, the velocity is climbing as expected. So I'm surprised they haven't started chopping sea level engines, because my theory as to the way, I mean, this is stuff we've been waiting for years to see how this would actually play out, but the assumption I was going under was that we would be chopping 27,000. Okay, 27,000.
The goal is to get to a thrust profile similar to what we would need for orbit.
So I'm assuming they would be chopped. I was going to assume they would be chopping the gimbling engines one at a time. Oh, what's that? I think that just might be normal plume. We don't see none of the little engine diagram things and stuff. That all looks good. But we're only what speed are they going for? So yeah, as I was saying, I was expecting it to drop like the gimbling engines 1, 2, 3 at a time as it got higher and faster. And then just running the 3 vacuum engines for the final bit of waterfall, yeah. For the final bit of the, yeah, oh yeah, you're right, yeah, that would be under expansion, because they're still burning the sea level, so that's whacked my mic, but that makes sense now, so, yeah, this looks like it's right on the edge of orbital velocity. We're about 30 seconds away from pretty much orbit for Starship. Like, I would consider this orbit if it gets to, you know, oh. That might not be good. I think we need to be going a little faster than that, and maybe a little bit longer. I was about to say it was going to dethrone Saturn V, but I mean, it's gone a little quiet here. Like, engine cutoff should have been now. Unless it just
on the projected time that ship would shut down its
well, wait, there might be. Well, we'll see what the call is. People are happy.
As you can tell by the excitement from the crowd here at
Was that? Yeah, obviously it's not full orbital. Oh, there's Elon.
Our control center at Starbase Texas. The crowd here, Mission Control Center behind us.
Yeah, but what velocity were they targeting?
Successful day this has been so far.
Do they say what their velocity they were? Awaiting acquisition of signals. So they may not have telemetry. Maybe why we just lost, you know, everything. Like what velocity are they? They don't say.
And I mean, up to this point,
this could still have been like 100% successful for the ship. I think we should have to wait for.
So we are going to head into the coast phase, planned for the next.
Because I mean, what do you do if we're like
turning around the T+1 hour and 15-minute mark?
You know, if you're like 800 meters, not 800, like 200 meters a second short of your target velocity. Oh, they got a kid there.
By overflying ground stations, but we don't have a ton along our flight path. So fingers
Like, if you're that short of orbit, like, you're not going to make it to Hawaii or wherever you're trying to go. So I don't know what you would do in that scenario if you're, like, just a little bit short. I mean, well, obviously,
Give us a moment. We are hearing some chatter on the net, so we're going to try to parse that.
you probably just, you know, FTS it, but let's see. To get the announcement and all the burger, enjoy your burger. Well, good. It's going to be short of Hawaii. That would, you know, that'd be not the best ending, but Elon looks happy. Hey, I mean, we'll see, because I think instead of it being just a second launch here, oh yeah. Because I think we lost telemetry is why the speed and altitude it kind of stopped short of where we would expect it to be. So I think we just have to wait for them to acquire a signal, and then we'll see. Because re-entry, like, because it's actually kind of important. It just occurred to me that we get to the point of.
John Innsbrucker back here in Hawthorne at our webcast desk. We have lost the data from the second stage. We had heard a call out that we were internal guidance, which means we were getting near the end of the approximately 6-minute burn of Starship. But we haven't gotten any more data since then, so we think we may have lost the second stage. So we would not be into coast phase. We wouldn't be able to come back in an hour or so and possibly get ready for reentry. However, what we do know right now is we had an on-time launch at 7 o'clock. We got through the boats. First stage looked beautiful with 33 Raptor engines firing. We got the hot staging, you know, the thing that we really wanted to see and impressed. We saw the separation. We saw the flip maneuver. We saw the light up of the 6 Raptor engines on Starship, and it headed away. Everything really looked good. But what we do believe right now is that the automated flight termination system on second stage appears to have triggered very late in the burn as we were headed downrange out over the Gulf of Mexico. But the real topping on the cake today, that successful liftoff, Kate, Shiva, the hot staging is just beautiful. Exactly what we were looking for.
All right, so I'm gonna call it on these guys. That's probably all we're gonna get for today. So, first impressions. Either John over here is like 5'3", or he needs to kind of move his chair up a little bit. Like, what? Why does he? Why does he like that? Jog. Anyway, actually important things to talk about. All right, so I know I'm not going to give too much instant analysis because my instant analysis tends to be wrong. I just want yeah, maybe John's a little vertically challenged. But his head is kind of big. Okay, enough about John. He's great. I love him. He's like the best commentator of rocket launches, you know, Mr. Normal and stuff. Anyway, so I'm not going to give too much deep analysis because, like I said, it tends to kind of be wrong. Last time I thought there was like a giant leak. Well, no, there was a fuel leak, I think, actually. I might have been actually right about that. I don't know. But anyway, B9 made a great sacrifice. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was the best moment from this, is when the hot staging happened and then the booster just sacrificed itself and took one for the team. Hello, Northwest Doc. That was the highlight. But so okay, the only thing I do want to talk about is, like, good Lord, that was awesome. Of course, but I have just a little tingle in the back of my spine, a little bit of a tingle, a little bit of a feeling, a little bit of a sensing it in the force is we might have a little bit more FTS shenanigans going on. Because that was just kind of an awkward little sequence we had there. Of course, rest in peace. That was a great launch. But that was kind of an awkward little sequence we had there where we lost telemetry. People assumed it was an expected loss of signal, and then we're like, oh, the FTS terminated. the FTS terminated the vehicle. Even though, I mean, obviously we didn't have onboard cameras, we just had the telemetry and the, ground-based video, or maybe been a plane. I'm assuming it was ground of the rocket, and it was just so far away. Obviously it was 100 kilometers in the air, probably close to that downrange as well. So we wouldn't have seen exactly the event of what happened, but going from 6 engines burning nominally to, kaboom like that. It doesn't happen all the time. I feel like it happens every third launch with Rocket Lab, but that's kind of beside the point. Falcon hasn't had an issue like that ever. Falcon 1 had all sorts of second stage issues from what I can remember, but thank you. I think there's getting obviously more to the story that comes out. Whether there was some failure they were working prior to that, event, or if because it is, a part of me thinks this thing had been drifting kind of, that's kind of about my little tingling, is that it was kind of going the wrong way for a while, and then FTS finally decided to kind of put an end to it. Perhaps later than it should have is a possibility. We know Starship and FTS have a troubled history. But it's also possible that there was just, a little line that broke, or an engine exploded, or, any number of things. A Starship has never gotten that far into a flight. It's a shame it happened as close as it was to Seco, because if it had gotten to Seco, honestly, which could have only been 45 seconds from that point, then we would have been able to see a re-entry attempt, which would have been huge, the data and all that type of stuff, and see what the heat shield is like. So it's a shame we didn't get to see that. It is amazing it launched, and we got 33. We had a little bit of a rud, a bit of a boom, but it is amazing we got 33. I think the most impressive part of this is that we got 33 Raptors from liftoff to MECO, just continuously, not, at least according to the little graphic SpaceX had, not a single one out. That's huge. Hot staging for the ship working was huge. For the booster, less so. And we talked about it on stream. Starship, no one knows anything. They think it did go boom. Yeah, it seems like FTS. Because if the FTS hit it, then if it was FTS that terminated the vehicle, it seems less likely that there was some sort of explosive failure as it related to the engine fuel pressure type stuff like that. Like if there was a rupture in the tank and it lost pressure, FTS isn't, it's going to be gone long before FTS has any say in the matter. Same as if a Raptor would randomly explode for, any number of reasons, FTS would be terminating debris at that point. So, which is why I'm a little, my initial impression is that perhaps it was off course for a while, and then FTS finally had enough of it and ended the flight. Which would be, a suboptimal scenario, but it got up to 2,400 kilometers an hour, which is, upwards of, I think, high 80s and low 90% orbital velocity. So, we'll see. I'm sure Scott Manley and Everyday Astronaut and NSF will have breakdowns, and they'll have all their high-speed replays and stuff ready to go. I'm probably going to go watch all that now and stop talking to you guys because I'm a big dum-dum who hasn't slept yet very much. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. This was a great launch. Most impressive part was those 33 inches ago, and I gotta say it again. N1 in 4 launches never got to that milestone. Starship's last launch fell quite spectacularly short of it. So, well, at some point we'll have 6 months, yeah. Hopefully we have a quicker turnaround for the next one. My hope at seeing the last one was, I was expecting after the last launch anywhere between, initially my expectation was sometime between August and the end of this year, was my prediction in May. Once we got a better idea of the pad damage, it was like, okay, maybe this will be a little bit longer. And then the FAA issues. It didn't seem like there were any major, unless there was some more FPS shenanigans going on today, but it didn't seem like there would be anything the FAA would be crazy upset about. I mean, the deluge system looked like it worked pretty well. I don't know if the stream will have replay on it or not. Yeah, it will. It looks like the the deluge system. Yeah, there's the great high quality stream. Elon, good job. Yeah, good God. Why is they got to work on that? This is my concern when they were saying they were gonna, like, the deluge system. I mean, there it is. It's doing great job. Working impressive. Makes you wonder if the main reason the engine failure in IFT1 was kind. I am 1,000, maybe not 1,000. I am 99% sure that the reason, the only reason IFT1 failed was because of the debris kickback issue. I think it would have gotten at least as far as, maybe not. Well, the staging was kind of goofy last time. Staging, yeah, they do both of them at the same time. Perhaps. I don't think the flippy thing was not the best solution neither. We had a pretty, a brief after the failure of the first one. We were debating, like, on the stream what caused it, and we had a little bit of a debate about whether or not Starship should hot stage. I was quite against the idea. This was before they made all these modifications to it to allow for hot staging, but just my point was the distance between the inner stage on Starship is very, very small. Like the Raptors on the ship are painfully close to the upper dome, the top of whatever of Super Heavy, and like there's just nowhere for that thrust to go. Like you have these vents on the side where it just kind of pushes them out. Like, yeah, that's great, but it's just the distance is so small, and when you're firing from the middle out. Yeah, the header, the boost header. I always forget Bruce's header. Yeah, you're there too. Yeah, it was actually you guys mainly talking about it. With small SRBs to get Starship away from the boosters during hot stage. Yeah, that's what Saturn V did, I believe. Why does Starship hot staging if they have no ullage issues? Yeah, so the flip thing they had last time was stupid. And I think they realized it too. The hot staging thing is, in theory, the most efficient way to stage a rocket. Helps with payload, helps with all sorts of things. But there's a reason most rockets don't do it. Like, Soyuz is the only one that I can think of that actively does it. And one tried it. I failed spectacularly at pretty much everything it tried to do. To my knowledge, I'm sure missiles hot staged. I'm thinking of just notable rockets. I'm sure someone might correct me, but like hot staging isn't something Titan. Yeah, I think I actually don't know. And when never reached Miko, yeah, I had a feeling that was the case. So it never even got to the even trial. It's hot staging Titan. Titan might have actually. I wouldn't know actually. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like hot staging works, and you have one engine maybe on a long inner stage. Titan hot stage very spectacular is during the first stage. Well, there you go. I guess I should I should really kind of try this point over again. Hot staging is something people don't normally do to begin with. Hot staging is something people never do when you're trying to save the bottom booster. That you are cooking the booster. That is what hot staging is. Like, guys, I'm not gonna backseat engineer SpaceX. Just turn off heat damage, and there you go. Or just play KSP2 where they don't have hitting effects or whatever. I don't know, that game is. But science is coming out soon. That's something to look forward to. I'm not gonna. Yeah. KSP2 has been nailed. I don't want to be too much of a backseat engineer, but I was excited when they announced hot staging was going to be a thing. I think it worked, like, okay. Probably, the ship separated cleanly. I mean, who knows? The ship did not make it to whatever near orbit, so perhaps there was some issue there that caused the ship. Maybe the hot staging was the actual genesis of the ship failure later on. Totally possible. But, in relation to, I'm not going to question their decisions. All I'm going to say is SpaceX has a history of making kind of wild design decisions. And when I say SpaceX, I'm really referring to the person in charge of SpaceX, because the rock tsunami tornado thing is one of the more baffling eccentric decisions. Yeah. I thought they staged it just the sea level. I'll check. After I'll check right now. And that'll make my point about. Let's see what their little graphic says. Can't wait to get better footage of that explosion. So they so they staged at the vacuums. It seems like they may have stayed. Okay. So there's hot staging. Then this thing just basically dies instantly. So yeah, eccentric decisions. Like, we all remember the rock tornado. That was one of the more baffling engineering decisions I have seen in my life. That just kind of YOLO. Who cares? We'll just blast the most powerful rocket into the Earth at full power. Yeah, well, not full power, but so SpaceX doesn't have a perfect track record when it comes to making more, I guess you could call them, reckless. Yeah, that was the NSF van. The NASA Spaceflight van got nuked by a piece of rock. That was funny. So they've done stuff like this before. Just you think back to with great power comes great responsibility, and sometimes I don't think SpaceX appreciates the power of either 33 or 6 Raptor engines. Like, these are wild engines. These things are zoomers. They go. And if I want to get yeah, that'd be a fun insurance claim. Hit by a rocket, and that's probably a first. So this wasn't a totally surprising result after the rock tornado incident, but they'll learn. I don't imagine they'll switch away from hot staging. I think it worked good enough that they'll be able to make it work. I'm sure they will. This already blew N1 out of the water in terms of, more engine rocket getting far. It did a very good job with that. Almost got to orbit. Very nearly dethroned Saturn V as the biggest rocket ever. To get to orbit, it'll just have to be the biggest rocket ever to launch and the most powerful and whatever. So hopefully we'll get one in, I don't know, what do we think, March? That's a little aggressive, but assuming there's no, assuming the FAA doesn't get mad about anything, I'm not, to be honest, I haven't been following this Starship development as closely as previous, so I don't know what the current status of the next booster and shipper. I think it was pretty close. I remember them rolling out and testing, or at least beginning the testing regimes of the next set once it, because this was taking so long to get out of the way. I think round 3 would be quite successful. Yeah. So the only thing is we didn't get to see any sort of heat shielding. Because I do wonder if they would have been short, if they had not made it to orbit or not made it to their target velocity and we're going to be well short of Hawaii, but we're still going to end up in the middle of the Pacific, if they would have still gone with a re-entry, I think they'll be too happy. Yeah, that kind of goes on the point I'm about to make here about, because like, do you still test the re-entry even if you're not going to make it to Hawaii just to see what happens? And I think the answer to that is probably no. You know, because the sea turtles or something, because you might hit a sea turtle or a shark or whale or whatever. I think you would still have to terminate it in that situation, even though, you know, you're either raining debris on the random part of the Pacific Ocean, or you're either raining debris over a giant part of the Pacific Ocean, or dropping a rocket over a big, you know, over a small part of the ocean. So, you know, either get a lot of pebbles over a small amount of area, or one boulder, or a bunch of pebbles in a large area, or one boulder in a small area. You know, decide which you would prefer. Boulder would be more exciting. So, but yeah, I don't think people will be upset about this FTS event, like in terms of debris from the actual event itself. Yeah, well, maybe the people don't care about the sea turtles in Hawaii. Yeah, I would assume. Yeah, I would cut it. If they were going to the Indian Ocean, like, yeah, you would just cut it probably. I would assume they'd FTS it. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, we'll see if they, you know, either if it were to get there, or if there will be any debris recovery. Like, this flight path, I'm sure, was planned with the understanding that an FTS could be triggered anywhere, and that people would have to be okay with debris coming down anywhere along the flight path. At least the suborbital part. Well, the whole thing is suborbital. But technically, because once you get to SECO, it's gonna go where momentum takes it, or the trajectory takes it. Yeah, that's that. The other thing I wanted to kind of briefly touch on is this. Why did we let pretty much all 6 at the same time? Does this have a fast rearback? Yeah. I don't know if this is super accurate to if this is either pre-programmed or what it is, but it looked like they lit all 3 pretty. Does not rewind. Elon, what are you doing? Anyway, it looked like they lit the outer 3 first and then the inner 3 like maybe a second or 2 later. I was under the impression that we were going to light 1 sea level, just the 1, to minimize the amount of raptorage going into the Super Heavy, and then pull it away with just the 1 sea level. This is stuttering or whatever now. It's kind of that, but I'm getting it. My voice is already. I talked a lot yesterday and I didn't get anything. So, I was under the impression that we were. I understand that you probably would have had an easier time with the outer engines because them being closest to the edge, you can easily direct the exhaust out easily vent the exhaust. But I mean, you really could think about just letting the 1 center. Obviously, I don't know on top of it exactly what the inner stage looks like, unless there's literally 0 room, because the dome is like dome shaped, so it does kind of like, if the engines are here, the dome kind of does come up like that. If you guys can, I don't know if this is, I have to look back at my stream like 5 seconds delayed to see if my hand signals made any sense. Dome do dome things. Dome do dome things. Also bring it slightly closer downrange. Shallow profiles, third margin for them. Yeah, that is true. It'd be smarter just to light the vacs, wait a good 5 seconds at the seas. Essentially no space between the seas and the booms through. Yeah, because the trapezoidal dome. Yeah, that would possibly be. I think that's what they did. Maybe. We'll see what. Oh wow, my stream that I'm watching is like hyper delayed. Oh, I'm not live. Oh, okay. Well, my hand gesture looked good, I guess. So like here, because you have the sea levels here, and the dome here, so you're like doing that, or you have the kind of the outer guys over here and the dome here, so like the exhaust will kind of come out and out that way, which is obviously the plan. But three wrap vacs is a lot. Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to be tough to go off of. Tough to really go off of. Of the trajectory. I just got a Discord here. Yeah, like this. I don't super trust all of this. The speed and stuff. I might the little engine diagrams. I don't. I mean, it did show pretty accurately when the super heavy engines like. Am I gonna be able to get the feed? Because it's something I want to check. This might be too many people trying to watch it right now. So there's gonna obviously. God, my voice is dying. There's obviously going to be a little bit of refinement needed on the hot staging. They can make it work. If you have a working ullage system, like, I don't know why you can't just cut, ullage it away, separate them, and then light once you got even just, 10, 20 meters of separation. That would, I feel like, reduce your explosion probability by a lot and only reduce your payload by, less than that. And it looked like they actually were firing 3 super heavy engines during the hot stage. That may have been the reason I would assume they would do that, is to try and keep the velocities as close as they could. Perhaps just to try and have less kind of pushing force acting on the booster, as well as for stability reasons. Use SRNs for I don't think they would, because of the reusability thing. But you could still open a vent, which is how they plan on orienting the vehicle in orbit anyway. You just open a vent in the downward direction, vent go, Newton's law, whichever one it is, vent go that way, rocket go other way. We get a little bit of separation, just enough that we don't explode super heavy. I'm just spitballing ideas here, obviously. Maybe they could just add more, just reinforce it more. The strike zone, if you will, the boom boom zone. Add more boosters. Yeah, I want to see a Starship Heavy get three super heavies next to something like that. But so that's that. It could just be, as I was saying, a little just more reinforcement, and it works, which would be great. I mean, easy little fix. Is the next Starship to launch one of those goofy ones that doesn't have heat shield tiles? Because I don't know what we're doing if it doesn't have heat shield tiles. Spuds, of course I remember you. And the OGs. I don't know what they'd be doing without heat shield tiles. Because we got to the point where the only thing we didn't test really was the heating. Like, I feel like we need especially those flaps. Like that's something we've been. Yeah, the struts. Yeah, that'd be the wobbly Falcon or Starship. Good God. So that would be referring to the lack of. I don't know. I'm out of it, guys. I mean, I'll have a look. I'll go through all the videos and stuff, see what the status is. Get excited for a launch to happen in 2 months, and then it's gonna be 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Maybe I think the turnaround time will be less. I think they wanted to test the 2060 heat shield less guy. If this went to Hawaii, which it didn't, they'll probably launch something else first now. Yeah, I would not understand the next launch being no heat shield, because I don't know what you're testing at that point. Because maybe the hot staging again, but it seems like he probably does have 7,000 more. He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. I haven't streamed in, well, I think my last stream was the last Starship launch, to be honest. Boy, I've lost control of the net. Okay, so the only reason I think you would launch a non-heat shield Starship would be to get better data on the hot staging, but a whole vehicle just for hot staging seems like a big expense. Yeah, like hot. Yeah, waffle. Oh, waffle. Wow, I can't read Wolfie. Yeah, I wouldn't understand why. Perhaps there's more data points they want to get. Obviously, refueling is going to be something they're going to need to start making progress on soon. So, unless they're going to be testing some way of kind of maneuvering propellant in 0G, that could be something they have kind of in the books or something they kind of are messing around with. But on orbit testing, yeah, perhaps. And obviously, Super Heavy is going to need to be able to do a boost back burn and landing. I bet it would have had a success. Well, we've never done a no entry burn vehicle before. Rocket Lab, Electron is, and Falcons are starting to get to really retrofit. Yeah, you probably could. I just remember the SN20 debacle that was the heat shield tiles. I mean, you guys remember the old pictures of it with like all the red dots they painted on all the heat shield tiles, and it took them like 8 months to kind of fill the whole thing in. That took forever. I was actually the first time I went to Starbase. I saw SN20 with its like patchwork of heat shield tiles, and all the reds and greens look like a Christmas tree. And then, yeah, that was sad. But they seem to have gotten the hang of putting heat shield tiles on, and they've been falling off less during the static fires, which is good. We'll have to see how many fell off, if any, during the launch. I'm sure some fell off, but because that's something intriguing to see is like the effect of, if like a couple are missing, if that's going to instantly kill you. But yeah, so and obviously catching is something we have to start thinking about too, because this thing is not reusable until we do the catching stuff, which is seemingly kind of a ways away. Because if anything is putting Stage 0 in harm's way, it is like big, giant missile tube coming straight at it at hypersonic velocities would be the thing to put Stage 0 in harm's way. So, maybe 3 launches from now we start seeing, catchy arms guy. But, I would like to see a re-entry test for the next one. Still easier for them beside not killing the first stage. Just they can't really not re-enter. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, once you exit the atmosphere, there's only one way back in. So, yeah. I really that's the biggest, that and hot staging. But hey, just to end on a high note here, that was a very, very successful super heavy flight. 33 engines, nothing failed the whole time until hot staging. It's the first time a 30-plus engine rocket has kind of worked like this. And everyone has PTSD from N1, even though none of us are probably alive for it. But we all know the stories. And that was a very, very good performance by the Raptor engine. It has come a long way since the SN8 days of green fire. Which that wasn't Raptor's fault, to be fair. I think the SN9 was Raptor's fault with it flipping and dying. And they can always choose not to hot stage. If it doesn't work, not the case for reentry. Of course, yeah, you can't do no reentry. I mean, that'd be a major issue if like the heat shield tiles are like awful. That would, and like fail spectacularly on the first couple of attempts. Just go to the moon. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, I suppose. Well, maybe that's why they're not. Yeah, you raise a good point. Maybe that's why they aren't putting as much emphasis on testing the re-entry, because Starship, first and foremost, is going to be our moon lander vehicle. And Starship, lander, lunar Starship, that's what it's called, HLS, doesn't actually need to come back. Yeah, Space Shuttle had heat shield. I mean, this is, in my opinion, a substantially better heat shield than Space Shuttle, but that's not really saying much. Space Shuttle had, like, the worst heat shield. So, anyway, I was getting on a high note, but we'll end it on a hopeful note that Starship continues to improve and we land humans on the moon as soon as we can. Maybe 3 years from now, if everything goes well with SLS. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe go back to sleep and again. And run it back. And yeah, maybe get some food, get something to drink. Some get you the NASA. Yeah, you can definitely point to stuff like the whole the Challenger thing, rushing to launch when they obviously shouldn't have. Columbia had noted problems, and it wasn't even the first time. There was like the whatever bullet gold. Scott Manley has a very good video on it. But like when you look at some of the space shuttle launches, foam was just routinely falling off of the orange tanks and nearly whacking the orbiter. And it happened multiple times. And I think one time it did hit the orbiter, and the crew were lucky enough to make it back, even though there was damage to the wing. But hey, there's a reason it's retired, and there's a reason this thing is better. Maybe not yet, but it will be. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I'll upload a video to my YouTube channel of just the reaction to the launch, but that's going to be it. The bullet almost hit 7 p.m. Scott. Yeah, that's one of the best Scott Manley videos. Alright, since I haven't really set up my OBS properly, and I'm going to just go ahead and hit the end stream button here. So do have a look out if you want to watch a replay of my reaction. It'll be on the YouTube channel probably within the next hour or two, how long it takes to upload. But that's going to be it for me. So I'd like to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Please rate or comment to this video. And see you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.